Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your February reading. If you're new here, my name is Jenny. I am a shamanic healer and a spiritual mentor, and I do these oracle card readings once a month for the month ahead. And I'm going to get started today with a little bit of an energy cleanse. I'm going to be using agua de Florida water, and I just put it in this little spray bottle to make it a little bit more convenient. If you're not familiar, this can be found on the Murray and Landman website. If you just look up Florida water, I'm sure you'll find it. Sure, you could buy it on Amazon, or you might even be able to find it in your local drugstore, but I prefer to buy it directly from the factory because they make Florida water in two different factories, one of them in New York, one of them in Peru. And personally, I train in Karo shamanism based out of Peru, so I do prefer to purchase the Florida water that is created inside of the Peruvian factory. And even if you're not here, even if you're not experiencing me spraying the Florida water at you, it is going to cleanse your energy. I'm sure many of you felt it, Aquarius. I know a lot of you are super intuitive. I'm sure you felt it. And if you have clairsalience, maybe you even smelled it. It has a beautiful citrus smell because it is not the actual liquid that cleanses it. It is that cleanses anything. It is the spirit of the citrus plants that are inside of the Florida water that is doing the clearing for us. Now, I'm going to read a number of different oracle cards for you today for the month ahead. We're also going to be looking at any angel numbers that might be coming through. So this is using the Mystic Michaela angel number book. If you've been seeing any repeating numbers, or maybe the numbers that we see today will show up for you. I'm also going to use the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly Smith. This is my OG, my favorite deck, my oldest deck. I love it. We're going to look at Unshakable Inner Peace. This one is by Shannon Kaiser, and Raise Your Vibration by Kyle Gray. But before we get started, we're going to look at one tarot card from the Light Seers Tarot deck. And the one that I pulled for you, I've already pulled this one, is the Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. And look at those little baby roots. Do you see those little baby roots? Yes, there's new beginnings coming for you, but you've got to make sure these roots are strong. That's the message that I'm getting for you. We'll definitely dive a little bit deeper into what that means for you, but new beginnings is always exciting. There's always something new. There's something exciting, rather, when we've got new opportunities coming our way. I feel like for some of you, it could be a new career path, a new relationship. I know February, everyone's got their mind on relationships, that's for sure. But let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity before we dive any deeper here. For the Aquarius collective, I'm getting restlessness. Okay, so this is an opportunity for you to calm the waters of your mind, Aquarius. Okay, sometimes we can create a mountain out of a molehill, and maybe you're worried about these new opportunities that are coming your way with this Ace of Pentacles here. And you know what happens when we focus a lot of our time, attention, and energy towards worrying? Well, we attract more things to worry about, right? Manifestation is always at play, whether we're conscious of it or not. So we are either consciously manifesting what we do want more of into our life, or we might be subconsciously manifesting what we don't want more of by worrying, tapping into the energy of fear, scarcity, lack, not enough, anxiety, things like that. So I encourage you to consider, where might you be overthinking? And hey, you're talking to a Virgo sun, Virgo rising. I know all about overthinking. One thing that really helps me, and what I like about this, is that it says calm the waters of your mind. Go to water. So if you can go down to a creek, a river, a lake, an ocean, go sit by the water. That can really help us clear our minds. Also, you may want to consider getting in the water. So having a bath without your phone, by the way, okay? When we're on the phone in the bathtub, that is like not relaxing. We convince ourselves that it is, but the phone for a lot of us right now is a coping mechanism. It really drains our energy, and the whole point of a bath is supposed to help to cleanse our energy. But if we're doing something that drains our energy, then it sort of, you know, counteracts it, and it doesn't cleanse our energy at all. So find a way to calm the waters of your mind. These new opportunities are coming. Don't worry so much about it. I know that's easier said than done. Worry is something that, it's a constant. Change is a constant. So worry is a constant for us. Is there anything else that we can share with the Aquarius collective around this Ace of Pentacles, around this restlessness card to help them move through and navigate? Ooh, okay, you're getting awakening. This one definitely wanted to come out. So you're no longer letting other people dictate your life for you, okay? When the awakening card comes, it is telling us crystal clear, you are coming more fully into alignment, okay? You might be starting to make some changes with regards to the way you show up for other people. What I'm getting is maybe you have been a little bit of a people pleaser, somebody who people go to because they know that you're always going to say yes. And you've been saying yes, even though everything in your body is saying no. Like your intuition is saying, I don't want to do this. I'm not available. I'm too busy. Why are they asking me again? Why didn't they ask so-and-so? Why did they come to me? Why can't they do it themselves? But you're saying yes. And you're saying yes because maybe you don't want to rock the boat, or maybe you don't want to upset anyone. Whatever the case may be, you're going against your own intuition. You're going against your own intuition. And this awakening card is saying that that is coming to an end. That is coming to an end. There are new boundaries that are going to be put into place, and that's a beautiful thing. When we create new boundaries, yeah, sure, it sometimes can push people away because they're like, wait a second, they always said yes before. Why are they saying no now? I always ask them because they're the ones that say yes, but all of a sudden they're saying no. What the heck is going on? And those people who fall away from our life when we do put up new boundaries, it's so important to know that those people were meant to leave our lives, okay? They're not here for our growth. They are not here for our spiritual evolution. They played a part in our life. Thank you for playing that role. It's time to move on. And the beautiful thing is, once they do move on, they're then going to create space for somebody else who's truly meant to be in your life. And then also, when we create boundaries, sometimes the people in our life rise up to meet those boundaries. Like, it can be a beautiful surprise. Like, wow, amazing. I wasn't sure how you would react to this, but here you are showing up, supporting me, encouraging my growth. Thank you for the validation and confirmation that this is an aligned relationship for me. I love this for you. Awakening is a beautiful card, okay? What else is coming up for the Aquarius Collective for the month of February, please? Old habits. So what ways are you currently sabotaging? That's what the old habits card tells us. An old habit might be keeping you from moving forward. And I feel like it's connected with this restlessness card, okay? So I said at the beginning with this Ace of Pentacles, there's definitely an opportunity for new beginnings here, but you do have to make sure, because we've got these little baby roots here, you've got to make sure that you're really nourishing this, that you're building a strong foundation so that the baby roots don't just like fall off and then it ends up dying. Like that happens, unfortunately, when you're a green thumb. It's not everything lives, not everything goes to full fruition. And I feel like you really are in control of this, okay? If you can drop the old habits. What are old habits? Old habits are typically some sort of self-sabotage. So maybe it's procrastination, avoidance, maybe you're coping. A lot of the coping mechanisms are typically things that start with the letter S. So you've got substances, food, drugs, alcohol, you've got screens, you've got shopping, things like that. How are you keeping yourself stuck with your current flavor of self-sabotage? What is it that is keeping you from moving forward? This restlessness card tells me that you know what it is. You know what it is, and you're thinking a lot about it, but thinking isn't going to solve your problems here. It's taking action. That's what's actually going to going to solve your problem. And the thing with thinking is that when we're thinking something over and over and over, overthinking them, when we're thinking something, it's going to directly affect the way that we feel. Okay. If you've done any sort of therapy, counseling, worked with psychiatrists, psychologists, you've probably already heard this before, but the way that we think affects the way that we feel. The way that we feel affects the actions that we take. And the actions that we take affect our overall results. So at the end of the day, if you're thinking or overthinking about these old habits, you're going to start to feel pretty lousy. You're not likely to take any action, and then you're just not going to have the results you're looking for. This new opportunity is just going to fizzle away. It's not going to be seen to fruition. However, if you can shift your perspective, and shifting your perspective may involve busting through some patterns of self-sabotage. You got the old habits card. That is the self-sabotage card, okay? So once you can shift through that self-sabotage, and it might just be a pattern interrupt again for me, like cleanse my energy. That is the easiest way for me to get through self-sabotage. Cleanse my energy, do a little pattern interrupt, take some action. You can do anything for 15 minutes, okay? You don't have to dedicate your whole day. You can just do anything for 15 minutes, and that will likely shift your energy enough that you want to continue long past the 15 minutes. Let's do one more before we move on to the other decks here. The journey. So you're learning that every challenge that you face has a hidden gift inside. So this lesson about self-sabotage and how to move through it, it's teaching you something. It's really teaching you something. Let's see what else is coming through with unshakable inner peace, because it feels like that is something that you really are going to need to call in the month of February. Is how can the Aquarius collective call in and embody more unshakable inner peace throughout the month of February, please? I'm getting it's all in divine order, so allow. How can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? So that's 2 times in a row you got flow. You got calm the waters of your mind, and then you're getting flow here as well. So again, I think getting into the water, Aquarius, is huge for you this month. Do any of you cold plunge? Let me know down in the comments if you are someone who cold plunges. If you're not someone who cold plunges and you're, curious about this, then what you can do is you can just start with a couple minutes of cold at the end of your shower. And cold plunging is really, really helpful for calming the central nervous system, because you have to focus on your breath or you'll hyperventilate. It's so cold, right? It can actually do the opposite if you're not focused on your breath. If you don't focus on your breath, you just get in the cold water and you start to hyperventilate, then it's actually going to stress your central nervous system. But if, however, you stop and you focus on your breath for a little while, what's going to happen is it's going to calm your central nervous system. You have no choice but to be present when you are cold plunging. You can't be thinking about the past. You can't be thinking about the future. You can only be thinking about right now and like calming yourself down and calming that breath down. That's the only thing you can think of when you're cold plunging, because it's so uncomfortable. And trust me, I'm a fair weather friend, but for some strange reason, I like to cold plunge. I do. And again, you got the restlessness card, calm the waters of your mind. You got it's all in divine order, allow. Can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? I really feel like getting into water would be really, really helpful for you. If you absolutely can't do the cold water thing, I get it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. What you might want to consider is getting into a hot pink Himalayan salt bath. Get those minerals into your body. And what they're going to do is give you a really strong energetic or a psychic cleansing at the same time. And that's going to help you get out of your head and get more into your heart. Next, I just want to see what is the most aligned way for the Aquarius collective to raise your vibration in the month of February. Let's see what is here for Aquarius, please. Did I say Aquarius? Aquarius. Healing myself heals my lineage. Beautiful. Okay, so there's definitely something here with past life, okay? Healing your lineage, healing the generations before you. There's definitely something. Are you a cycle breaker? It feels like you're a cycle breaker for sure. Healing myself heals my lineage. And it does. They say that when we heal ourselves, we heal 3 generations back on a cellular level. Because, of course, when our grandmothers were pregnant with our mothers and they were pregnant with us, all of the eggs that created us were already in our mother's stomach when she was in the stomach of our grandmother. So 3 generations back on a cellular level, we are connected. So when we heal ourselves, we heal our mothers and our grandmothers as well. On an energetic level, it is said sometimes that it is 7 generations back. When we heal ourselves, we heal 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. On a spiritual level, it's an infinite number. It's an infinite number. You can heal all the way back to the beginning of your lineage if you go deep enough on your healing journey. So the month of February could be a beautiful opportunity, Aquarius, for you to really look at that shadow, for you to look at where is your wound energy showing up for you, and where might there be an opportunity for you to do a little more healing, to peel back another layer of the onion that is this beautiful healing journey. Yeah, I know some of you have been on it for a while and you're tired, but trust me, when you get to the other side of it, it's going to feel so damn good. And you're going to be so grateful that you worked on this, because when we're in our wound energy, before we've worked on healing, we end up being reactive. We end up being explosive. We end up being triggered left, right, and center, and then reacting when we're triggered rather than responding. And then we're stuck with the guilt and the shame. And that doesn't feel good for any of us. Now, if you are going to stick around for the extended reading, once again, I'm going to do a message from the animal spirits. I'm also going to do a relationship question with the romance oracle. We'll also dive a little bit further into this. I'd like to go a little bit deeper into this Ace of Pentacles and pull a couple more cards here before we wrap up for the month of February. If this is speaking to you, I do hope you'll join me on the extended version. You can find the link to join the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership down below in the comments. And please hit that like and subscribe button if this is speaking to you, and I will see you next time.